this video today, I'm going to be showing you how to recreate this inspired look. I show, like many of you, I love to look at makeup pictures on Instagram and on Pinterest. Of course, I'll always be like, oh, I'll come back to that later on. Oh, I want to do that look. I want to do that look, but I never like come back to do it. So today is one of those days that I am coming back to doing it, because I used to love doing those when I first started my channel, because honestly I had like no clue on what to do, because you look at all these colors and it does become a bit overwhelming, and it's so inspiring just to see how other people use colors. And I feel like when you start practicing what other people do, you start learning placement and you start realizing how easy it is for you to create your own stuff in the end. That's the one thing I love about inspired looks. We're all here to inspire and encourage one another in several forms, you know. So I hope this inspires you to try this look out. If you want to learn how to create this look, definitely make sure to keep watching. Alright, so I'm going to start off with priming my skin. Just getting back into using this retinol because I realized that makes like a huge difference. Now, I'm going to have to look back for the other one I was using before. It was by Skincare, and I really feel like that helped to make a difference in how much my skin was breaking out. I mean, since I stopped using it, I definitely noticed the difference. So I definitely got to get me some more. Don't you hate it when you can't decide on what look you want to do? All right, so I'm gonna go with something we'll call it simple. It's a good start, right? Simple, good start. All right, so I'm gonna be trying out this look here today. It's an orange, burnt orange lid. I just thought it was really pretty, and it's paired with a dark lip. I hope y'all can see this. I say let's figure this out. All right, we have enough makeup by now where we can start to use our imagination, let it flow, imagine what colors can make this up, and let's do it. And I prefer using the primer with this, because I really feel like it helps the pigment of the pencil pick up. That's both with the Anastasia Beverly Hills pencil and with the BH Cosmetics as well. Alright, so I definitely wanted to make sure my brows are sculpted, because this look is all about being on point. I use the e.l.f. Lock-On Liner and Brow Gel along with the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro HD Pencil in Ebony. And then I'm using the Inglot Eye makeup base as my eyeshadow primer. Alright, and then today I'm going to be testing out the Shea Moisture Mineral Eyeshadow Palette. It's the Wet and Dry, and it's in Desert Sand. And of course, this is actually my first time using it. I was looking at how neutral it was, and between the other palettes. The palettes tend to be pretty dark. I did want to try the purple one, but I'll probably save that for another time. I figure I'll go with something that's a little bit more safe, and for people who are looking for something that's a little bit more on the neutral side, where you can use it for transitional tones in every makeup look. Honestly, I feel like this could be it right here, but let's test it out and see how that goes. All right, and I'm going to start off with this shade here, and that was one of the things honestly that attracted me to this palette, the fact that it already kind of had that light color in there. All right, and if you already watched my videos, you already know that I use Cecilia all the time from Shea Moisture as my base eyeshadow, period. Every time I try to steer clear of it and try to skip a step and not use that, I would feel like the makeup look ends up looking really muddy in the crease, and yeah, it just really helps. So I would say always find a base tone that, you know, it's like that highlighted version of your skin tone. Usually I always recommend something close to the color of your inner wrist, because it's just more natural. All right, and here I'm just basically just shading the inner corner of my eye, because it's gonna make your eye look more sunk in, and it's gonna make your eyelid protrude out more. So, and your brow bone as well. Basically, I'm just staying on the outside of my crease, following it down instead of coming in the outer corner of the eye. I'm actually trying to stick to the crease and following the shape all the way out. Of course, blending it out towards the eyebrow, so I can start creating that shape. And I love this color. All right, let's go back to this color here, so we can make sure we blend this out nicely. If you don't know, know it, and if you don't watch my channel, you know that I am loving this palette right here from Milani. You can't go wrong with these two shades right here in this palette. I mean, you just can't. And the one thing I did notice in this look is this warm tone actually comes like all the way up over here in this inner corner area slash bridge of nose. So it does come up quite a bit. And the cool thing I love about looking at pictures and looking at what somebody else did is you always learn something new. You know, you'll pay attention to a little bit more, you know, detail. If you just look at it, you'll be like, oh, I see where they placed that. You know, and it's kind of like, okay. It, you know, kind of teaches you how somebody else did something, and I really do like that a whole lot. All right, so just working to warm this crease up a little bit before I go and start tapping into that orange. And basically, I'm just switching back and forth to this brush. This one doesn't have anything on it. I'm just brushing it dry. Now, if you do want to blend out the edges, I would definitely recommend, let's go back to that first color we were using. There you go. Sometimes I think having just eyeshadow on it, it helps it look blended quicker. There you go. And don't press hard when you're doing these. By the way, you want to keep a light hand. So if you're keeping your hand at the end of the brush, because it will force you not to blend too harshly into your skin, which will actually make everything look patchy. So if you keep that in mind, just try to keep a light hand with it, and that'll really give it that airbrush soft look as well. And I'm just going to make sure I'm keeping focus with the lighter color here, not in this inner corner area, since we're trying to deepen this up. Alright, next color, I'm actually going to blend these two together because I don't have a brownish, actually I could use the brown in this and mix it with this orange as well. I just wasn't sure. I want to kind of test it out, so I'm going to mix these two together and see if that gives it more of that, or I might go back to this Shea Moisture and mix it with this brown tone right here. And I'm switching back to that second brush I was using. This is a little bit more on the firmer side. So all I'm doing is just tapping and mixing the colors. And sometimes you have to do that. You have to be like, okay, I don't have this color, but what could I mix with this to get a color that's close to it? You know, you don't have to go buy every palette just to have that one particular color. Or it might be you just need to just buy that one shade you want instead of spending that money on that whole entire thing, you know what I mean? All right, now I'm just gonna take a little bit of that orange by itself and pat it on the top to give it a more intense look. And I'm gonna bring it all the way into the crease and inner eye area. Now make sure you're still following the shape of your eye, which is a round shape, and you should be able to see it if you lean your head back. And just follow that. And like I said, it's better to go lighter first instead of going dark, because once you go dark, it's gonna be hard to make that look light. I'm gonna use a little bit of this brown with the orange just to kind of deepen it up just a little bit. All right. And I'm just patting this on. Yeah, so this is giving it a very, very nice, much more browner, burnt henna looking color. And all I'm doing is mixing the two. I'm dabbing the orange, the brush into the orange and into the brown afterwards to give it a real nice burnt orange color. All right, and then I'm gonna go back to that orange only, just to brighten this up just a little bit more right in the inner corner. And then let's blend out this crease. Now, this is the wickedest eyeliner ever, so I'm actually gonna be pulling out something else to do this look. All right, and before we do the liner, she actually has a really intense, bright inner corner highlight. I'm actually gonna be using this white color here from the NYX Avant Pop Art Throb collection. And honestly, I have not really used these eyeshadows a whole lot because I have not been a fan of how they blend in the crease. I feel like they do better as a all over lid type color. All right, and then for the bottom lid, I'm going to apply a little bit more primer so I really make sure this color really sticks. And that's a little too much primer, but it's all good. And I noticed that on the bottom, she's using like this really shimmery burgundy color. So I'm going to use this ColourPop color. It is called Drift. I'm going to use a sponge applicator to apply this right here. That's coming down a little too far, but it's all good. And it looks like it goes all underneath the wing eyeliner. Yeah, it comes up just a little bit underneath the wing eyeliner. All right, and for this look here, I'm going to be using this eyeliner felt tip pen, and it's from Milani. Of course, my son got a hold of it, so the part that was for supposedly for the brow is gone, but it was like a really rich reddish brown. I wasn't going to be using it. This is a very, very long and thick eyeliner, and I actually got this off the Milani website. That's doing too much. Okay. Let's try this again. And let's see what we can do to correct this. And then just make sure you're just stapling that color on, that you're not sitting there and actually trying to brush it on, because you will actually brush and blend the color away, and then it's going to show the black again. And just take your time with this. And then with a look like this, I would recommend tight lining up here on your eye. If you're not comfortable with that, you might want to try looking off to the other end where the eyeliner, so the eyeliner's over here, you want to be looking that way. So just look in the opposite direction, because you're going to see the black through your eyelashes. I'm just going to be mixing eyeliners. I use a black liner first, and I'm going to be using a color from Wet n Wild. This might be Brandy Wine, I'm not sure. But I just wanted to give it a more deeper look. And I'm just going to darken the outer corner of the eye just a little bit right there at the corner. I'm going to switch to use something smaller so we're not all over the place and it really, really gets up in there. There we go. And this will really help give the eye a little bit more dimension. I got these from the beauty store. All right, just make sure you cut them to size to fit your eye. And I'll be using them along with the Sassy Eyelash Glue. And of course, I always like to curl my eyelashes because I like to make sure that this helps to give the eyelashes more of a lift. All right, and so with a look like this, you definitely want to wear lashes because the eyeliner is too extreme. It's going to just take over your eyelashes, unless of course you really know how to put on mascara very well. What I'm learning is definitely make sure you curl and apply lashes. I know sometimes it may not look like I have lashes on here, but I promise you, when I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like, ooh, these look like more than I got. So I'm usually pretty content with that. I'm not too much of a fan of putting on lashes all the time because, you know, I love having hair in my eyelids. So, and I'm saying that being very serious because I did have a client where she was missing loads of hair out of her eyelids only because she wears fake eyelashes all the time. And you have to be careful how you take them off. You can't be plucking them things off and then you end up permanently having gaps. I'm talking about gaps on your eyelids. So that's serious business and I'm not interested in that. So for this, I don't have a brown matte lipstick, but I am going to get creative with it. All right, so I'm going to be using this really dark brown eyeliner. It is from Wet n Wild. It's from the Color Icon collection. Then I'm gonna play around and see what kind of color I can create with this BH Cosmetics in Clara. She does look like she has on some kind of brown. It's not brown all the way. You can tell it almost has like a slight pink hue to it. Anyway, I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, definitely don't forget to give it a thumbs up. All right, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, definitely make sure to click on the subscribe button down below. And if you create this look, definitely make sure to tag me on Instagram at Sips and Tips Advice. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.